back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. I'm Haley and I run the blog Handy Homemade, and today I'm going to be sharing with you a couple different kitchen items that I find are both functional yet aesthetically pleasing or beautiful to the eye. And I've been thinking about this topic a lot lately as I'm getting older and I'm trying to make my house really feel like my home. I've been thinking a lot about the function of our home. You know, a house is meant to be lived in, it's meant to be utilized, and while I love that about our home is very hardworking. It fulfills our family's needs. I also want it to be beautiful. I want it to be welcoming and warm and inviting to whoever comes through our doors. And today I'm going to be specifically talking about our kitchen, and I like when those two things kind of meet and are the perfect combination of functional and pretty. And so I'm going to be sharing with you some items that I use. Some of these may seem very, obvious. They may be things that you're already implementing. A lot of these can be found at the thrift store. They're super affordable, but I wanted to kind of put all my thoughts as far as kitchen items into one video for you guys. As I stated earlier, some of these things may be no-brainers to you guys. You may already be using them or implementing them, but if not, maybe you can draw some inspiration from the things that I'm going to be sharing with you. The first kitchen item that I find to be both functional and aesthetically pleasing are different types of containers, glass containers, tin, whatever kind of style that you're going for. I have a lot of really pretty glass containers with wooden tops that I use. I found a whole set a couple years ago for a couple bucks at a yard sale, and I store my flour, cornmeal, sugar, any type of like cocoa or powdered product that you're using in your kitchen can be stored in a glass container. And having these out just make your kitchen look beautiful, but also it's very functional to have it close by as you're cooking. The second thing that I have to share with you is stoneware. I love having stoneware bowls or crocks out, and I use them to hold my utensils, to hold my rolling pins, that sort of thing. I love the way this looks. Now, crocks and stoneware may not fit into your style and your decor, but just different canisters and containers like that give a little bit of texture to a space are both really aesthetically pleasing and functional. The next thing that I have to share with you guys are to utilize wooden utensils or decorative utensils and platters. So on my floating shelves, I have a lot of really pretty platters, use it as decor, but I also double that up in functionality when it comes to hosting friends or hosting family. I will take them down, wash them, and use them as serving dishes. And then my wooden utensils and my rolling pins and just some of my vintage decorative utensils, I do use those to cook with. And I have made a previous video on how I clean and care for those. If you want to check that out, I will leave that up in the eye for you guys. Up next is baskets. I have baskets all throughout my house used for just so many different things. I use them in my pantry to store my spices. I use them under my sink to hold my dish towels and my linens. I have some behind me that hold our electronics. Baskets. I won't harp on it very long. They're super cheap at the thrift store. I just highly suggest that you find some that you love. You can even change the patina on some. I might do a video on that pretty soon, but don't sleep on using baskets to store things in, but also to decorate your space. I have one up on my fridge that I use to just hold some really pretty florals. So it is very decorative, but like I said, there's multiple purposes for using baskets. I seem to can never have enough. Okay guys, I'm running out of daylight. It's getting darker sooner, so I'm gonna try to speed up just a little bit. The next thing that I have for you are linens. I like to use an apron when I am cooking just to make sure nothing gets on my clothing. And I also like to use that as decor to hang up on a peg rack. It's beautiful, it's functional, it's right there in arm's reach when I need it. And also consider the dish towels that you use. I like to invest in a little bit higher quality dish towels that are pretty, so when I need to set them out to dry or I need to grab one real quick to wipe the counter off, it not only is pretty to have out, but it's also really functional. And last but not least are consider the appliances that you have out. So I use a flour sifter that I have hung on the wall as decor, cutting boards up on the wall, cheese grater, and then my KitchenAid mixer. These are all items that are out on my countertop. I don't like a lot of clutter on my countertop, but I find that these things are beautiful, but they're also functional. I reach for them often, just like my apron and other things. That's kind of the whole concept of this video, is just think about the things that you use constantly. Even like sponges and scrubbers, I like to get the pretty wooden handled ones that have bamboo, because it just adds a little joy to my day, honestly, when I reach for it and it's pretty and it makes me happy, but it's also very functional in the lifestyle that I live within a hardworking home. And so I just, recommend that you think about those things, implement these things if you haven't already. You may already be doing these. They're not hard things to implement, but definitely think about how you can take something that you use regularly and make it be functional and pretty. And that may mean swapping it out for something else that is a little bit more aesthetically pleasing to the eye, but it will bring a little bit of joy to your day. It will definitely make the work of a home be a little bit easier on you when it can be out as decor, but it can also be used. So that is all that I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Leave a comment down below if there's something else that you can think of that you use within your home that is both functional and beautiful. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button down below, please do so. I'd love to have you be a part of this friend group and this community, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, friends.